Hi guys, Stefan here. I'm just gonna give you a quick update what is happening in the vineyards. So basically, we're almost all done pruning. Um, the way we prune is basically what we do is the vines you prune it back to a 1 year old. We call those canes, and then we have a little spur right here. So I'm a big fan of one cane, one spur. And in a couple of weeks, we'll actually just go ahead, tie this one down, and then basically looks like how it should be. So it's almost perfectly horizontal, and basically all your shoots and those little buds. Camera focus. Well, those are basically the buds. Those will break in roughly a month, and then we should have bud break, and basically um, the vintage will start after that. And with all the cuttings, we mulch those down, and you can see that here. So that's all basically the shoots from last year, and we'll mulch that down, and that will just slowly compost away and rot away over the next couple of years, and that will actually bring nutrients back to the vineyard itself. And here we have a look at some wines before they were pruned. So this is basically last year's cane is this one. This one is now 2 years old. You can see last year we had some frost because this bud never made it. This one never made it. This one's tiny. This one's also basically never made it. And you can see like a lot of the good shoots came what we call from the head. So yeah, then you would cut this one right away here. You would cut all this one away. You'd probably go for one cane and go for a spur. Yeah, that's just a real quick view. I'm sorry guys, it's quite windy and cold, so I hope that works. Have a good one. And besides all the pruning that is currently going on in the vineyards, we're currently tasting quite a bit. Just to give you a little insight as well, most of the 2020 vintage whites, we already bottled those. So they're already out there for you guys to taste and to drink. We're also gonna bottle the 2020 reds, starting with the St. Laurent in a few weeks. So that's quite exciting. I'm quite excited for the 2020s. So we already blended that, and now it's just waiting to settle in with all the different 2020 St. Laurent components, just to make sure it rounds off a little bit. And just a few hours ago, I finished tasting the 2019 St. Laurent's. It was roughly around 50 barrels that I blind taste. And out of those 50, I kind of choose the ones that I like the most to make the best of St. Laurent out of it, which is our reserve. And then I go through the remaining ones which I really liked, and then I blend the Selection out of it. And yeah, now I'm basically just going through my little list here of which each and like every one number one was. So for example, number 16. Number 16 is one that I liked quite a bit. That was kind of nice and a little smoky, maybe a little bit of Brettanomyces, which can be quite a thing in St. Laurent. But you just taste that, take down your notes. And since we're tasting blind, I have no idea what all of those different numbers are, what kind of wines. Because as a winemaker, you're influenced by it. You know what kind of smelled good or didn't smell good during fermentation. You know kind of what you missed out on sulfur on a few barrels, what you should have sulfured earlier or something like that. And that's all in the back of your head. And when you taste that barrel, you're always going to be influenced by it. Also, I find myself liking particular brands of barrels more than others. and want to blind taste that, I don't, I don't really get affected by it. So yeah, and then you just check through your list, and it's like, oh yeah, 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 this was nice, or like, oh, that was really bad. What happened there? What is it? So on and so on. And yeah, so we're gonna blend that pretty soon, and bottle those pretty soon. And I'm quite excited for this 2019. So pretty good vintage overall. All right, guys. Thank you guys very much.